thinking about this as kids. Have you ever had to go to work with your parents?
There was a period of time where all four of us went to school together. My parents worked at the school. My sister and I were students.
Little House on the Prairie.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And I remember, when they would have meetings after school, not a big deal. My sister and I would just go to the gym. We would pull out the pommel horse and the mats and
get some extra pommel horse time.
Oh, man. Yeah. I mean, every
Super
kid
jealous.
wants that, right?
Yeah, everything you could pull out. Let's pull out the pommel horse. Well, what about the floor hockey? The pommel horse.
We really need to work on our upper body strengths.
Yeah.
Casey Clarke Show.
This is the Casey Clarke Show.
What's something that women think is embarrassing, but guys don't really care? Lots of things.
Lots of things. I would say the biggest thing for me that I know a lot of men don't understand is the whole concept of like outfit repeating.
Yeah.
Or showing up to an event and you're wearing the same thing as somebody else. Outfits can just be very, very embarrassing, I think.
Road trip snacks.
We get embarrassed about that?
I think that, yes, if you're not well prepared.
Oh, okay.
There's an embarrassment that I feel my wife has for road trip snacks versus I'll get a bag of chips wherever I need.
Right.
A bag of sunflower seeds. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I don't, do I need...
You'll decide when you get there.
Do I need washed grapes and kiwi?
Oh.
Then do I need, charcuterie board?
Right. Oh, so your wife gets embarrassed if someone wants something and she doesn't have it for them?
It's not there.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry. I should have had that prepared.
What was I thinking?
What,
Yeah.
What kind of road trip is this going to be if we don't have a charcuterie board at our disposal? Like, what kind of road trip is this going to be?
Quick way to ruin everything.
Oh, this is what's going to stand out.
So we didn't have enough cheese.
Oh my gosh.
Let's turn around and go home.
Yeah, this is just pull over. Just leave me at the next rest stop.
Someone else will get me.
You know what?
Maybe they'll have a charcuterie board.
I don't need to be here. I don't deserve to be here. Like, really?
Oh,
wow.
Man.
Yeah.
That's funny that embarrasses your wife.
Yeah, so we got to be well prepared.
Well, and I think in general a lot of women like to just be prepared. We were even talking about when visitors come, do you have enough food in the fridge? Is the place clean enough?
Yeah.
I understand that embarrassment that I don't think a lot of men feel.
No. Sydney, we're asking you things that you care about, but guys, for some reason, really don't.
Maybe like burping in public or like at dinner or something like that is pretty embarrassing, especially if it's like in front of your grandparents or something like that, or a fancy dinner and you just let one loose.
Yeah. I find when men get to a certain age too, they just kind of burp while they're talking too, and they don't seem to care
anymore.
Whereas it's like burping's embarrassing.
Well, I just had a soda. What can I say? Sydney, you are the best. You really are.
Thanks, guys.
The Casey Clarke Show.
George Clooney has gone on record saying him and his wife have never had an argument. They've been together for about 10 years. Amal, his wife, is absolutely gorgeous. Mm-hmm. She's a lawyer. She's, I don't know, she's on certain boards on like global.
She's like a real big activist, human rights. Yeah,
she's just an amazing human. And he says, listen, I feel like I hit the jackpot. There isn't a day that goes by where I don't think that I'm the luckiest man in the world. She is so great. Okay.
Okay. We get it.
Okay. But I think it might be easier for him never to have an argument.
Because his wife is so beautiful?
No. I mean, no, she is, but not that. That's not the reason. Because I think a lot of guys or girls or whatever think their partner's beautiful. I think one of the number one things that a couple does argue about is finances.
Oh, I see. So that's a really good point.
When you're George Clooney, I don't think finances bubbles up as a topic of discussion a lot.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is, he even says like we're still trying to find something to fight about. They've never fought, and they have 2 kids. Like I think not full on fights, but like I think a lot of arguments stem from you just might have different ideas of how to raise your kids sometimes. sometimes, right?
sure.
You have to have those
For-
heated,
yeah.
passionate discussions to make sure that you're on the same page. So the fact that they've never fought, according to George Clooney,
Yeah.
I still don't know if I fully believe it, but that's incredible.
Maybe ask his wife.
That's exactly it. We
Because
should
maybe,
ask him Al.
yeah, maybe he thinks they've never had it, and she could say, "Oh my, you know how many we have?"
She's just steaming mad all
Yeah.
day, every day.
I mean, he's in his mid-60s. He forgets about everything. So, it could happen.
It's very true.
There's like a 15, 16-year difference between the two.
Right. I would like to hear a follow-up interview with
I
her.
would like, yeah. Nicole, do you believe this from George Clooney saying they never argue?
My husband and I have probably been in one fight, and we've been married for 11 years.
Wow.
No way. Why?
Yeah.
I'm so shocked that people aren't fighting more. Is that bad?
I don't know. I mean, sometimes you hear people say that it's healthy, but I don't know. We compromise, we get along, and we talk to each other. So we don't really fight very much.
Wow.
Or we barely even argue, actually.
Really?
Yeah, we have disagreements, but we talk our way through them.
Yeah.
And you got through the 7-year itch, clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
wow.
7-year itch.
Yeah, so-
Look at that.
Holy. Nicole, that's a great answer. I like that. I like the energy. Listen, I like the energy a lot.
I think more marriages should work on talking things through.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Sitting down and having the old chin wag, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. Open communication. Now, I said that's what I meant by saying open communication.
You said open relationship.
I said open relationship. I didn't mean that. I got my
It's
words
a little
mixed.
different. I don't think that's a good healthy.
No, it's not. I'm not into that. But an open communication relationship, I am
You're all about it.
100%.
Okay, got it.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
You're listening to The Casey Clarke Show. Casey Clarke Show.
If you just popped in, great to have you here. We're talking about George Clooney going on record saying he and his wife of just over 10 years have never had an argument.
Here's why I don't fully believe him is remember how before he met his wife, he was like this bachelor that we all knew, like he was just unattainable.
right.
He was just going to walk this earth and be swinging single. And then all of a sudden he got married. So like, I don't believe anything that he
That's
says.
a good point. That's a good point. You're right.
He's lying to all of us.
Yeah. But, maybe it was that one person that he had no idea even existed
That's true.
that came into his life to change his perspective on everything.
Yep. You know what? And that we do see that happen.
Yeah.
For sure.
She is, don't get me wrong, she is a knockout.
Love her. She's great.
Inside and out, but just unbelievable. I'd love to hear like her uncensored response to this.
About them never fighting. I bet she does have a different take on it.
Because how rough does it get there in Lake Como?
Yeah.
In Italy.
Yeah.
Like how really rough, are they really roughing it?
And you made that point too that like they probably don't argue about money that a lot of
I don't see how they would.
that a lot of couples would. So it begs the question like why aren't celebrity relationships more successful? Because they don't have to worry about stuff like that either,
but
right?
I think you battle egos.
Oh, gosh,
right?
yeah.
I think that in the schedules maybe too, they don't get to spend a lot of time together.
And then you throw kids in the mix.
Oh my gosh,
It's a lot.
What a hot mess. Jeff, we're talking about the relationships here and marriage or partnership. It doesn't really matter. And 10 years and never having an argument. Now you're married. What about you and your wife? Do you believe all this?
My wife and I rarely argue. Well, we have very, calm and thought out discussions, but we've never yelled at each other.
Wow.
She's only ever called me a name once. I'd say we have a pretty civil and very well communicated relationship.
That is good.
Yeah.
I part of me thinks that, and I agree, like my partner and I, we haven't had like really, really bad blowouts, but isn't there something healthy about fighting every once in a while? Doesn't it show that there's a little bit of passion there?
Well, yeah, you could say passion, and I wouldn't say there's anything wrong with the fighting in itself. The most important part is the reconciliation.
Right.
But
Maybe we produce that energy for passion and we channel it in a different area.
yeah, we're both very calm people.
Yeah.
And Well, we tempers certainly flare, but we never yell at each other because
Right.
that's not something I want to do to my wife that I adore and love.
Yeah,
And
yeah. Good man.
It is my reason for breathing.
Yeah, there you go.
As they say.
Good man.
She
Good
doesn't
man,
want
Jeff.
to yell at me because I'm her husband.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Anyway.
Yeah, I get that. Jeff, you're a good man.
You guys have a great day.
You as
Thanks,
well.
you too.
See you, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
It's the Casey Clarke Show.
We're going to play 30-second name game. We got 30 seconds on the clock. And Lori, you're going to play for a Casey Clarke Show. You can't buy it, and when you win it, you got to wear it prize pack. We got T-shirts and ball caps and stickers and stuff like that in there, and a bunch of junk. And we're going to throw in $20 on top of that just for you rolling out of bed, okay?
Okie
All right.
All right,
Let's do
Lori.
this.
Okay, Lori, in 30 seconds, we need you to name 10 things you would learn at a debutante class. Go.
A what class?
Like where you learn poise and grace.
I never went to those classes.
Me neither.
No, nor did we. Go.
Dancing.
One,
Yeah,
Curtsing.
two.
that's it.
Dancing, curtsing.
There's two. Oh, look at that.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
Okay, so that's my mom.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
Linda.
I love her so much. Oh, for Pete's
Don't we
sake.
all?
She's saying we ran out of time.
Yeah.
Oh, for Pete's
For
sake.
Pete's sake.
Okay, Ma, I got you.
Yeah. But Lori, listen, that was a great effort, okay?
Yeah, you got it. You were on the right track for sure.
Lori, we think the world of you, okay? You have yourself a wonderful day.
Oh, you guys too. You guys are number one.
It's the Casey Clarke Show.
Great to have you along. If you just popped in, we're trying to help out our buddy Carter. This is a sticky situation.
Oh, it's a lot. So Carter's been dating his girlfriend, Amy, for a couple years. They want to move in together. Amy has twin boys, 7 years old from a previous relationship. And her dream is to be a stay-at-home mom. And she's kind of putting that dream on to Carter and basically demanding that he lets her be a stay-at-home mom. And he's just like, I don't think we can financially make that work. And he almost feels like a jerk because he's telling his wife, I guess, like, kind of, you got to continue to work. Sorry about your luck.
Oh, man, that's such a touchy subject.
I know.
But listen, there's so many wonderful benefits of having one parent stay at home. There's, I mean, it's priceless, to tell you the truth. You can't really put a price on it, one of these things. But I know he probably is scared, right? He's like, I'm the guy.
Right. What if I can't provide enough for them, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's pretty scary, right? I totally get that. And all of a sudden he's going like from 0 to 60 too.
Yeah, especially because he's just kind of taken on these kids as his own, which is great and very admirable, but he just might not be able to financially get there, even though he's emotionally there.
Walter, you're in kind of we're in a similar situation. You married your wife, already had some boys and stuff there, and but everybody was still working, and you think the girlfriend in this case should still work.
Yeah, I think she should help out as well. And you know what? If he's smart, he'd put the kids to work too.
Start selling T-shirts, boys.
That's right, exactly.
There you go.
That I love my new dad, Carter. T-shirts.
That's right. Where's that lemonade stand, right?
That's it.
Yeah.
Start pressing the T-shirts in your room.
The Casey Clarke Show.
This is the Casey Clarke Show.
Getting a lot of traction with this scenario with our buddy Carter and his dilemma with his girlfriend.
I find we get more traction the messier the situation,
no kidding.
right?
Yeah.
This is tough for sure. So for Carter, he's been dating his girlfriend for a couple years. They want to move in together, the whole bit. She has twin boys, 7 years old from a previous relationship. Her dream is to be a stay-at-home mom. Totally get that. But Carter is like, financially, I don't think I can support a household with 4 people in it on only my income. So he feels like a bit of a jerk because he's basically telling his girlfriend, yeah, you can't be a stay-at-home mom for your boys.
What a tough conversation to have. And again, I'll repeat myself, if you just popped into the show, there are so many benefits of having one parent stay at home with the kids if you can financially make that work.
Yes.
I strongly suggest you try to do it.
Well, and the other side of it, too, is obviously Carter's taken on sort of a father figure role in this situation.
Yeah, right.
What if he has to work himself to the bone to the point where he can't be there as a father figure either? So you have to look at it both ways, too.
Absolutely. No, man, this is a tough one. And I'm sure one that a lot of families battle, regardless if it's new in the relationship or midway through. You know what I mean? Where it's like, hey, listen, we got to a point now. Maybe one of us can just stay home with the kids.
Yes, I have that conversation with my partner almost every day.
Right. No, we're at this point where we have, okay, well, listen, let's park the kids thing for just a second. But, we're at this point where one of us should stay home.
Right?
He's like, what?
I'm trying.
I know.
So hard.
I like that, though. You're not giving it up.
I won't. I never will. It's my dream.
I admire that. Okay, so Dylan, you're sympathizing here with Carter. What do you think?
Yeah, I love his admiration to take it on. I've done the same with my current common law wife now. When her kids were young, I took them under my wing. She didn't have any support. Yes, it was more stressful. Yes, it was tough to do. But at the end of the day, in my mind, we want to leave our kids a better chance than what we had as we were kids. Mm-hmm. Whether they're blood or not, they were my kids.
Casey Clarke Show.
This is the Casey Clarke Show.
Yeah, man, that's the good stuff.
This is a very sweet story. I just love this. We call this the good stuff. Let's introduce you to Victoria Hoffman. She's 18. She's homeschooled. And guess what? She was invited to the senior prom. And Victoria said, I didn't hesitate. I said yes. My friend asked me, and I was so excited because guess what? I never get to go to a lot of dances.
Yeah, when you're homeschooled, that's something that
tough.
I don't think us, public school people realize that you kind of miss out on.
So when Victoria got home, she said, wait a second, it hit me. I don't even have anything to wear. So then she ordered something from Amazon for the graduation, but would it work for prom? So what Victoria did is what a lot of people do. They went to TikTok to find out. In a 10-second long clip, this managed to connect to millions of people. And as you can well imagine, the courage one has to have at 18 to put yourself out there in an outfit and you do a little twirl and then load it up on TikTok and ask for comments. Like, no thank. I don't think I could do that now.
That can be dangerous territory for sure.
But for Victoria, she says, you know what? I was just looking for some suggestions. I thought, a couple of opinions, maybe some suggestions how I could zest it up, She says, I don't have a ton of money and my parents are in a position where I can ask them in good conscience to buy me a dress. So I thought I'd just get some help. And then she says the video went absolutely viral. Victoria's still in shock. Over 6 million views of that 10-second clip.
Wow.
The story doesn't end there. Victoria, who works for McDonald's, because of so many people, donations from complete strangers started flooding in to help her not only buy a dress, some accessories, but also something that she really, really wants to do. She now has money to go to paramedic school, and she can pay it all on her own. And she is just so thankful.
Thank you so much, everybody. I've literally been crying for the past day and a half because everyone's being so nice, and my little sister is so excited because I get to go to prom, and I get to have a dress, and my nails are gonna be done. And thank you so much.
Yeah, man, that's the good stuff.
You can just hear it in Victoria's voice, just how genuine she is, and just how much of a light her aura is and her vibe that she gives off. And no wonder over 6 million people have viewed this. I've viewed this clip over and over again because she's just so sweet.
Yes, totally.
Oh my gosh. Good on her. And listen, good on whoever asked her to prom as well.
To give her that experience.
Oh my gosh. Knowing that Victoria's homeschooled? Yeah. That's incredible.
The Casey Clarke Show.
You found this thing on TikTok about this woman, and she is asking, how many screens do you have in your life?
Yeah, and really, you probably have more than you think.
Right.
Because I think when we think of screens, our initial thought is like, well, we only have like 1 or 2 TVs in the house. It's fine.
Yeah.
But really, especially if you have kids, really think about like the Kindles, the iPads, the MacBooks.
Who has a Kindle?
I don't know. As a non-reader, I don't know. I have no idea. Okay. Even considering your Apple Watch, that's a screen too, right?
I'll show you all of our electronic devices in our house to make you feel a little bit better about yours. My 2-year-old's iPad, my 5-year-old's iPad and his AAC, my 7-year-old's iPad, my 10-year-old's iPad and his iPhone, my iPad, my iPhone, and my Switch, and my watch, and my MacBook, my husband's iPad, my husband's iPhone, and his watch. We have 9 TVs throughout the entire house.
So that's like 20 something.
9 TVs.
9. That's
throughout.
a little
That's
bit
excessive.
Maybe they have a really big house.
They're going to have that.
They would have to.
I would think you would have to have 9 rooms to have 9 TVs.
And the fact that every single kid has their own screen, like why can't they share?
At 2 years old?
I know.
Your 2-year-old has his own iPad? Where did we go? We went 2? Was it 4?
7 and 10, I think. Yeah.
Something like that?
And they all have their own electronic devices.
No.
So how many electronic devices, how many screens do you think are in your home?
Oh, the girls have a phone each. Mm-hmm. Maggie has a laptop. Macy has an iPad. Mm-hmm. Sue has a phone, a laptop, iWatch. I have an iWatch, a phone, and a laptop.
Mm-hmm. You have a computer. You have a couple.
Well, that's what I was saying. My laptop.
Oh, I see.
Well, because my home studio has 3 screens alone in it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that counts. Does that count?
I would count that. Yeah, 3.
Yeah, but I don't use those every day.
Still, though, they're there.
Yeah, they're there. You're right. But I don't use them every day.
Okay.
So does that count?
Yeah, it still counts.
Why does that count?
For the sake of this exercise, for us realizing that we have way more screens and electronic devices than we really think about, then you're case in point, for sure.
And then we have, what did we say, 5 TVs in the house?
5 TVs.
Okay.
Wow.
I don't think that's excessive, though.
TVs wise, no.
No, it's not.
But you've got a lot of electronics.
Well, okay. I bet you have more than you think.
Oh, for sure. We have 1 TV.
Yeah.
3 monitors.
Right.
Because my partner works from home and he's a bit of a gamer. So I get that we would have more in that sense. 2 iPhones. And then my partner has an Apple Watch.
Yeah.
So it's really only like 7.
Okay.
That's not too bad.
That's not too bad. 7 between the 2 of you, though.
Between the 2 of us, we have 7.
Yeah. Okay. All right. But okay, now in here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 screens.
Just in this itty bitty room.
Yeah.
11.
Like that's excessive.
That's a little excessive over here.
Right? So, and what are we, like, what kind of gamma rays are we taking out of these? I don't know if that's the correct term.
Microwaves? I don't know.
It sounds kind of cool, though.
I don't know.
Yeah. So how many screens are in your life?
You're listening to The Casey Clarke Show.
We are tracking down how many screens that we have in our lives, particularly at home. This is from a TikToker who, her family has a ton.
A ton. And it basically just makes us realize that we probably all have more screens in front of us, around us, than we really realize. Because I don't think we necessarily take the time to count it. We're like, okay, we've got a couple TVs in our home. And yeah, of course I have a phone.
Yeah.
But have you really sat down and been like, oh, right, we've got that computer monitor, that iPad, that MacBook. It really adds up. And this mom on TikTok in particular, I think she ended up with like 25.
Well, she had
or
9
something.
TVs.
9 TVs.
That's crazy.
And her young kid, her 2-year-old, this is a whole other conversation, but her 2-year-old had an iPad.
Yeah,
and
that's
I
not
felt
right.
like the kids didn't share a lot.
No.
They each had their own iPad.
That's not right. That's not right at all.
Yeah.
We have 3, I do have 3 monitors in my home studio, but I need 3 monitors.
Sure.
So, you know what, for what I have to do. So I have that. But yeah, we do have 5 TVs in the house.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's excessive.
I don't think so either.
I mean, and they're on different floors. They're not all just stacked up.
The 2 TVs that you have in your basement, though, are like very close to each other.
They are. One's over the bar.
Yeah.
And one's over in the sitting area, just in case. In this studio alone, we have 11 screens.
Yeah.
And we didn't even count our phones.
I know.
Or our watches.
You're right.
So
completely unrelated. I have a headache like every time I leave the studio.
Right? This is why I wear special glasses in here because of that. So, and I don't know, and the gamma rays are going to get us.
Oh, they always do, don't they?
I'm pretty sure.
They're going to get you.
I think you're going to get you. Better watch out. Okay, Sydney, how many screens? Let's count them. Go.
So my fiance and I have a phone each. He's got 2 monitor screens because he's a gamer. I've got a laptop myself, and then we've got 1 TV.
Okay.
Oh, and I have a Kindle.
Oh, you have a Kindle.
Someone has a Kindle.
You're like you and 4 other people on the planet.
They're useful, I promise.
When's the last time, Sid, you picked up your Kindle?
At work on Monday.
Oh.
Sydney's a reader. we know that about Sydney, so I get it.
Fine.
I'm a receptionist for a car company.
Right.
There's not much I can do during my day, so my Kindle is very useful. I just read at work.
I bet. Yeah.
Well, that's handy. That's super handy.
It is.
It's the Casey Clarke Show.
And if you just popped in, we were talking about irrational fears. 11% of us, we found out, have a fear of bridges. I think that's bordering on being irrational, really.
Yeah, just depending on how debilitating your fear is, because there's certain circumstances, a rickety bridge over a canyon where it's like, maybe don't cross
but the
it.
Golden Gate.
Exactly. Like, you know that's been structured to hold a lot.
Right.
You should be okay in most circumstances.
But then you see one of those movies where they do CGI and you see you see the bridge go it looks like a snake. You're like,
yes.
Oh, then that's the first thing that pops into my head when I look at a bridge. I'm like, oh, what about that bridge?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's still irrational, though. I feel that's irrational.
Would you consider my fear of spiders irrational?
Your reaction to them, perhaps.
Okay.
But,
a little much? A little dramatic?
A little bit.
Okay, I see. But you understand. Like,
I get it.
Most people are afraid of spiders, I think, to a certain extent.
Exactly. So it's not like it's uncommon.
Yeah.
We have a note in our studio. It says no spider talk in there.
Not allowed to talk about it.
Unless you bring it up, I can't talk about it. And I respect that.
Thank you. And I appreciate it very much.
I do respect it. A little irrational, but I respect it. And then we're talking about the water, and there was kind of, sometimes the water is an irrational fear because everybody's like, it's going to get me. Like, I don't know. Is that part of your belief?
I'm okay with my feet dangling in the water when I'm belly boating anywhere in any lake. But if I'm jumping from a boat into deep, dark water after seeing Jaws as a kid, I'm still irrationally afraid of that.
Yeah.
You are not the first person to say that. Jaws has ruined all our lives, I think.
Right?
And what a good movie.
It's great to go out there and just dangle myself in the water as long as I got flippers and a boat around me. But as soon as I'm in there, I have this pit.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I really, because I'm a big bone gal, and my bone density is suspiciously thick, and so I don't swim great. So when I'm in the water, it's not that I'm fearful of the water. I'm suspicious of it.
Suspicious. That's good. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
I think the water's just the smooth talking gent that's walking in the bar. Very attractive, but very suspicious.
You have to be on guard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I know if I let my guard down, he's just going to swoop me up.
Like the lady you are.
Yep. And swoop me off my feet.
I want to hear the story of the last time a gentleman swooped you off your feet, Casey. I'm interested.
You know what? It happens more often than you think, Ben.
I think it's happening right now with
Yeah,
Ben.
I feel something. I'm a sucker. I'll just tell you right now, I'm a sucker. Ben, you're the best.
You bet. You have a good day.
You as well. Thanks, Ben.
Bye.
It's the Casey Clarke Show.
Well, let's play another round of easy trivia. We got 5 questions on the board. We have Susan versus Sasha. Susan, welcome to Easy Trivia. The rules are very simple. You have to use your name as the buzzer. So when you know the answer to the question, buzz in by using your name, and then you can answer. Now, if you get the question wrong, the other person gets, in this case would be Sasha, would be able to steal, and vice versa, okay?
Okay.
You were already saying, oh no, just by
saying-
here's how you say it. Just use your name as a buzzer.
Something else just added in there.
Another component. Oh no.
We play Easy Trivia. The theme of Easy Trivia this time around will be the NHL, the National Hockey League.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
Okay. No, hey.
Hey.
Susan, it's Easy Trivia.
Okay.
Okay, question number 1. Easy Trivia. Sasha versus Susan. Question 1. Which team has won the most Stanley Cups?
Oh, Sasha.
Yeah.
The Montreal Canadiens.
That is correct. They have won 24.
Right. Okay. Whew.
All right.
Good job.
Okay,
you.
good. Question number 2. Susan versus Sasha. Easy Trivia. Which NHL team is named after a type of bear?
Ooh, Sasha.
Yes.
The Boston Bruins. Whoa.
Boston Bruins is named after a brown bear being a Bruin.
Okay.
Not only is this easy, it's really educational.
Yeah, I honestly didn't really put it together, but I'm like, I've seen a bear on their logo before,
Yes,
so I
that's
just
true.
sort of threw that out there.
Easy trivia. Very easy.
Man.
It's all about.
If you know a lot about hockey, I know.
It's all about having fun.
Sure.
I'm having a great time.
Susan versus Sasha. Question number 3. Which position takes face-offs at the start of the game?
Sasha.
Yes.
Center.
That's the center.
All right.
Susan? You're doing great. Hey, listen, this one's for you coming up.
Yeah.
Okay? This is easy trivia.
All right.
Describe to us, question number 4, describe to us what a Gordie Howe hat trick is.
Oh, man.
Just call it. Just say your name.
Just do it.
Just say your name.
Susan.
Susan, go ahead. Just make it up.
Oh, no.
Just make it up, Susan. I don't care what you say. Say
That says, all I know is a hat trick is like a 3, when somebody scores 3 times in a game.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to give you you changed the question, but that's okay. You know what?
That's how we do things right
Yeah,
here.
Susan changed the question on us.
Yeah.
We asked you what a Gordie Howe hat trick is. She goes, well, listen, I just know what a hat trick is. And
Yep.
that's scoring 3 times.
And that's perfect.
So, hey, dummy, just hit the bell. Well,
It was
dummy,
Casey's fault. Bad question.
Hit the. Just for fun knowledge.
I got it.
Yeah.
It's a goal, assist, and a fight.
That all in one game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I'm still going to give you a point. Easy trivia. This is the last one. What do you call it when the puck goes all the way down the ice without being touched?
Susan.
Yes.
Without being touched? Damn it. Touching it is icing, isn't it?
Yeah. Go with that.
There you go with that. We're close enough. But guess what? Unfortunately,
Good job.
we got a score of Sasha winning here. That's a winning song, and Susan. I like the move of switching the questions. I thought that was a very strong move on your part.
And to be fair, no pun intended, I drove a little hard to the net there because I think my dad's listening.
Oh, I see.
And he loves hockey. So I was just trying to show off for my dad. I'm sorry.
His birthday yesterday.
I'm sorry, too. I don't know much about hockey.
No,
It's okay.
I don't know.
You're all good. You're all good.
But nobody's ever switched a question on us, so I think that was a smart move.
Thank you for the pity point.
Yeah. Well, listen, Susan, have yourself a great day today. You're a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Okay, have a great day.
Have a great day, too.
See you. Bye. Bye, Susan. She's awesome.
The Casey Clarke Show.
This is the Casey Clarke Show.
This study reveals something I think inherently we all knew. We probably have heard it before. Dog owners are more satisfied with their relationship with their dogs than, let's say, humans at times. But this goes a little deeper. This new study reveals that the emotional connection we have with our dogs is split, meaning that our dogs we feel more attached to than some human relations, but the human relations are specifically towards your partner and or friends.
Okay.
Now, where it splits is when you bring your kids in. So the study reveals that you treat your dogs like you treat your kids, and you have a similar relationship with your dog as with your children. And I'm like, I guess that does make sense.
I've heard that from people that have both human children and fur babies, if you will, that they sort of see them as equal. Yeah, that you're not flesh and blood with your four-legged friend, but it's kind of the same love that you put towards those guys.
I don't know how many times I've been caught or do where I call Opie dopily. I will call her, Maggie and Macy's sister. Well, go get your sister.
Aww.
Go get your sister up. Go get her.
Yes.
Go kiss your sister. Okay, you're kissing your sister now. I know, right? I wouldn't say that to Macy to go, okay, go to Maggie now.
Go kiss your sister.
Go kiss your sister. Go jump on her bed and wake her up. Like, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But I will do that to Opal.
Yeah. When you're calling your kids, I almost called them skin kids.
They are skin.
That's gross. Ew.
They both have skin.
I just mean in opposition to fur babies.
Yeah.
Anyways, you know what? I kind of like it when you're talking to your skin kids.
Yeah. Oh, you got great skin kids over there, Case. Well, yeah, I'm pretty proud of them.
Do you kind of go through the gamut of names and include Opal in that? Like, if you're calling Macy, are you like, hey, Maggie, Opal? Like, do you kind of confuse all of them?
If we called Opal with an M, yes. But because it's an O, I don't go down the ladder of names.
Got it.
But I'll guarantee you if we called Opal, I don't know, what's an M
Molly.
name? Molly or Misty. Yeah, oh my gosh. That would be horrible.
You definitely just go through all the M names.
1,000%. 1,000%.
So you would say that you subscribe to this as in Opal's pretty equal to your girls?
Yeah. Oh, man. This is where it gets kind of weird, hey?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's a definite I treat them differently. But,
I mean, you have to, yeah.
But there is a flicker of go see your sister. Like that does rear its ugly head.
Right.
It does.
Yeah.
I mean, so.
Hey, fur baby, go see your skin sisters.
Skin sisters, come down to your fur sister. And Sue walks in and just shakes her head.
As usual.
Yeah. Casey Clarke Show.
This is the Casey Clarke Show.
Thanks again for hanging out with us. We appreciate that. Listen, if you just popped in, we're talking about a study that took a little bit of a twist on something that we already know, is that they say that dogs are our best friends. We know that. But this new study indicates that the reason why they're our best friends, it takes a bit of a twist. It kind of leans towards our kids. So stay with me on this one. Researchers say that dog owners prefer their dogs and the relationship that they have with their dogs over sometimes their partner and or friends.
Believe it, for sure.
Human friends.
Yeah.
Okay. Human partner. And however, where it kind of slides a little bit is they compare that relationship is to the relationship that they have with their kids.
So they see their pet, dog, cat, lizard, whatever, equal to their human children.
Exactly. The bond between dogs and their owners is kind of like a parent-child relationship, full of affection, and the drama is a little less.
Oh, my goodness.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, anytime we talk about pets and how well we treat them, the biggest thing is pets can't talk back to us, right?
You can't.
So I think that, and they're just so innocent. They're just happy to be there most of the time, right? Whereas, especially when you've got kids and they become teenagers, that can be a bit of a messy time for all.
It can. And then, when they get older, but there's a lot of similarities. Like, they're really dependent on you. You pay for everything.
Yeah,
You
true.
know,
You got to feed them.
You got to feed them. You got to shelter them.
Keep them alive.
Right?
Right.
They're your responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
In some cases, you put a harness on them. You've seen that?
Yeah. I've been to Disneyland once or twice. I've seen it.
You know what? Yeah, you've been to the Calgary Stampede.
Yeah. Oh, gosh, yes.
Go down the Midway.
Yep.
And you see how many littles have little harnesses on them.
Tons of leashes.
Right. It's like how do I keep... It's kind of same.
You're right. It is very similar. Totally get it.
You buy each of them toys?
Yep.
Treats?
Sometimes they play with them. Sometimes they don't.
No? Sometimes
they hate them.
Sometimes you just want to play with the package?
Yeah. Just sit in a box.
Wow.
Yes.
Same. So Lisa, we're talking about this and calling. There's, we're just joking, but calling your pets your kids and keeping them on the same level. It's kind of cute, right? And kind of right.
I think that pets deserve that kind of love. So yeah.
They're only around for a short time.
Well, and far too often they are in the wrong family and mistreated. So I would much rather see them babied and coddled.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's definitely happening in my household. That is for sure.
Yeah.
The Casey Clarke Show.
If you just slipped into the show, Sash and I are talking about the similarities or things that we picked up from our parents, good, bad, or indifferent. Mostly I'd like to say they're good, unless I say this to my mom, Linda, single mom of 6 kids back in Edmonton. I have a bad back. It's because she had a bad back or has a bad back.
Oh,
so I blame her for my bad back. Yeah, I could be.
Yeah. I have little, anxieties from my mother. I remember when I was a kid, she hated laundry detergent commercials. Because she just couldn't stand the mess. When you see kids rolling around in grass and blood stains, it would just make her really uncomfortable. And I was watching TV yesterday, and there was, I think it was an OxyClean commercial, and they were dipping in all these horribly stained clothes and sheets, and I was just like, no, what are you doing? Why are your clothes so dirty?
What crime scene are you trying to clean up?
Yeah, it kind of makes me nervous just seeing that mess on a commercial.
So Francis, we're talking about getting things or doing things like your parents. Do you catch yourself doing anything from your mom or your dad?
No, but the older I get, the more I recognize both of them in my face. So sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not.
So you're physically turning into your parents.
Exactly.
I find when I get frustrated and I kind of furrow my brow, my partner will look at me and he'll be like, "You look like your dad." I'm like, "No, stop."
Oh, no. Isn't it romantic?
No, that takes the romance out of it.
Yeah, it does.
Man, that is a love
really
killer right there. Hey?
Absolutely.
Holy moly. Francis, you're the best. We appreciate you.
No trouble. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank
Have a
you.
great day.
Bye for now.
Bye.
You're listening to The Casey Clarke Show.
Thanks so much for taking the time out of your busy hustle. Appreciate that. Again, just a quick reminder about a podcast that we put together, just in case you want to get re-caught up with the show, or some past episodes are all there too.
Yeah, if you maybe won something on the show or you were featured on the show at some point in time and you want to rehear yourself, that's where you can find it.
Okay, so Bryan, friend of the show, contacted us, and he wants to know if he was a jerk. This was offside something he did to his sister-in-law.
It's pretty funny. They all go out for dinner like as a family quite a bit. His sister-in-law has this weird habit of forgetting her wallet a lot. So last time they went out, he noticed that she forgot, whether she did for real or not. Forgot her wallet in the car. He grabbed it, presented it to her at the restaurant, and kind of embarrassed her for forgetting her wallet.
Yeah, is that a jerky move? Is it a funny move? I mean, it's definitely a shot across the bow just to say, hey, we're on to you, sis.
Oh, yeah. And I bet, I'm just thinking within this family dynamic, they're all very aware that the sister-in-law does this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're probably so glad that someone's finally doing something about it.
Leave it up to Bryan.
Yeah. Good old guy.
Good old Bryan. He'll do it.
Yeah.
You know what? Oh, I'll take care of this real quick.
Yeah, he's a no-nonsense guy.
I guess so.
He went in there, grabbed her wallet, and I'm assuming she probably paid at the end of everything.
Hey, Denise, guess what I found? I don't know if that's her name or not. Sounds like it, though.
It could be.
Yeah. Dylan, what do you think about this?
I think that's a great move because it's not so much in your face. It's like, hey, I'm not sure if you wanted it, but I brought your wallet because you forgot.
Right. You can be super innocent about it for
super
sure.
Passive aggressive.
Yeah. Just trying to help.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, did I? Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I had to dig it out of your duffel bag, but listen, I got it for you. I got it for you. Don't you worry. I got you covered, sis. Don't you worry.
I think we all have one of those in our life.
I know. Well, Dylan, listen, you are a beauty, and we don't call everybody a dude and a half, but you have that distinction with us, my friend.
Well, thank you. It's also Flamingo Shirt Thursday.
Okay. Oh,
it's my favorite day.
I feel underdressed already.
Thanks, guys.
All right,
have an
Dylan.
awesome day. You always make me smile. Thank you so
back
much.
at you. Okay.
Okay, guys.
Bye.
It's the Casey Clarke Show.
And so far, it looks like everybody's agreeing with everybody here that Bryan wasn't the jerk with his sister-in-law.
Yeah, I mean, Bryan's looking for some help and some advice with this, but I think he's got it figured out.
Yeah, I think he's good, yeah.
So yeah, his sister-in-law has this bad habit of forgetting her wallet all the time. He's like, you know what, sometimes I'm sure it's innocent, but a lot of times she does it so she doesn't have to pay. So last time they went out as a family, he noticed that she left her wallet behind in the car, and he, thankfully brought it in for her just to help her out.
Thankfully.
Yeah, here you go, sis-in-law.
Oh, well, look at
this.
Look at my little helper.
Yeah.
You're a great little helper, aren't you, Bryan? Bryan, the little helper of family, aren't you?
Come here, you little guy.
Aren't you a great little helper? You find everything. Those
great
big crazy eyes of yours. Wow. Yeah, I tend to agree that you got to do something, but it's slightly jerky on that. Just a
smidge.
Just a smidge.
Yeah.
Okay, so Carol, now I think we all might, maybe not all of us, but have somebody like this in our crew. Could you see yourself doing something like this?
I can.
Oh wow, okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, good for you then. Oh, you're fun.
He's doing it in a nice way. He's not, getting in her face or calling her out. He's just letting her know, hey,
being passive aggressive is fine.
Like it.
Yeah.
No, I think you can play it off like, oh, I didn't want you to forget this. Hey.
Yeah. Hey, silly head.
Yeah, you're so cute.
Oh my gosh, you got so many things you got to think about.
The Casey Clarke Show.
This has been another episode of the Casey Clarke Show's weekly podcast, giving you company on demand. So whenever you need us, we're here, but not like in a creepy, desperate, weird way, I promise. This episode is hosted and produced by Casey Clarke and me, Sasha. You can follow along with our show on Instagram at The Casey Clarke Show. Give us each a follow, too. Casey can be found at Casey Clarke. I'm Sasha B. Spencer. If you have any topics you'd love for us to discuss, any stories for the good stuff, any other questions, comments, or concerns, DM us on our socials.